Remain future focused. Always have your goals, and what you want to make. Understand the mistakes that you've made that has created hardship for you with money, and wise up. They say learn from your mistakes. I try to learn from other people's mistakes. I also learn from my own mistakes. I try telling my kids this. They don't get it yet, but eventually, hopefully they will. Because, sometimes you have to hurt in order to see. So in our culture, my mom used to say, if you can't hear, if you can't listen, you have to feel. So once you feel, that's when you're going to, oh, this is what they meant by this. Okay, so I need to change this if I want this not to work. So mishaps on the road helps you to avoid mishaps, similar mishaps down the road. So mishaps on the road helps you to avoid mishaps down the road. So you want to make sure that, that's what you're doing. You're focusing on what the mistakes are. I always tell my son that, a mistake happens once. If it happens more than once, if it happens 3 times, it's not a mistake, it's a decision. You're deciding to make that choice. So mistakes, it happens. You make them. We make them all the time. But once we learn from them and not make them again, that's why they're mistakes. If we're not learning from them and we keep making them over and over again, you're making a decision. Own up to your decision. If it's a bad decision, own up to your decision. You're making a bad decision. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses for your bad money habits. Turn your bad money habits into smart money habits. Concentrate on how to fix your problem. When you concentrate on how to fix your bad money habits, you're able to relieve your anxiety. You understand what's going on. You focus on what your errors are, and then you move forward, you progress, you improve your financial situations on what your errors are. This has happened to me. I've had my share of financial errors that I've made along the way. I learn from them and I move on. Okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. This is what I need to avoid doing next time. This is what I need to do this time. By getting myself educated on if I'm not sure how to handle a financial situation, but I know it's not the most valuable one that I'm using, or it's causing me anxiety, then I need to get myself financially literate about that situation. So having that mindset, a forward-focused, future-focused mindset will definitely help you to relieve the anxiety. Concentrate on fixing the problem by, understanding what it is, and help you to move forward, make things easier when you keep moving forward. Create a safety net. Financial safety nets can do a lot to relieve your anxiety about money. When you have an emergency fund, it helps you to understand, okay, bad things happen in life. I'm prepared for these things when it happens. God never said to us that life was going to be all nice and rosy. He said he will hold our hand through it. In the footprint prayer that we have, and the man asked, God, my worst time in my life, I only see one footprint on the beach. Where were you? And God turns and says to him, those are my footprints. I was carrying you on when I was struggling. So that's what happens, So you want to make sure that, you make your safety net, because that's a way that God carries you. There's different things that faith is involved in your finances, making sure that you're being humble, but you own what your bad things are and what your accomplishments are. Don't feel that talking about money is not a faithful thing. It's a vehicle. Money is a vehicle that God gave us. It's a part of us. It's part of our overall plan that he has involved for us. It is our servant. Money is our servant. It's meant to be our servant. It is the mistakes that we make is many times, whether we have too much of it or too little of it, we make it our master, because it can be your master. Master means it's controlling you. When I call money your master, I tell you that is when it's controlling you. It can control you if you have too little of it, and it can control you if you have too much of it. So too much of anything is no good. So this is what you need to look at when you're thinking about your anxiety. You want to be able to be forward focusing. You want to be able to think about what your emergency fund is. You want to be able to budget so you're living within your living expense. You want to be able to budget so you can start contributing to retirement, and you want to put your savings pots together. Remember, I do not believe that you should save without a purpose. Every saving should have a purpose. Every pot should have a purpose. If you're saving for education, you're saving for vacation, you're saving for new shoes, you're saving, you have a goal. When you have a goal, it is easier to keep focused, to remind yourself what you're doing this for, what you're trying to accomplish. You're saving for your house, you're saving for an investment property, you're saving for retirement. Whatever it is, each pot has to have a goal. The emergency fund is a goal pot also. So remember your goal pots, and remember to always have saving for a purpose within your goal pots. If you feel like financial anxiety is problematic and it is disrupting your daily life, of course, you should speak to a mental health advisor. You should speak to someone that's going to be able to help you get into the right money mindset so you can start focusing on the right financial goals and the right financial options for you. By choosing a specialist, you can concentrate on your anxiety and understand why you're having this anxiety. And, some financial counselors, some mental health specialists can either start you off on the right foot on making your finances easier, or they can work with financial advisors to help you bring the two together. So that's your last step. I believe that most of us can control our money, and without seeking, the mental health advisor, seeking a financial advisor, seeking a financial counselor, seeking financial education, seeking financial literacy, those are all part of your life that you're gonna have to do. So if you do that and you keep checking on what you're doing, you keep adjusting what you're doing, just like everything else. When we go to the doctor, we have a physical every year, and if we have additional problems, we check more often because we need to adjust as time goes by. We need to adjust our medication, we need to adjust our food, we need to adjust our exercise, we need to adjust our mental health. So we need to look within to figure out what we need to adjust on the outside. This is Sherron, the Modern Savvy CPA, on anxieties about money and how to overcome them. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, feel free to give me a follow to get updated on new and upcoming episodes, and listen in every Tuesday and Thursday, where I teach you smart money habits so you can make better money choices with a financial goal focus.